I swear, these fairy lamps keep haunting me. Hey all, it's Vintage Vinny and welcome to another antique store haul. Everything I'm going to be sharing with you today came from 2 antique stores and a few Goodwills that are down in this area. I didn't spend a whole lot, nor did I find a whole lot, but I am happy with what I did find because sometimes less is more. So the first things we're going to be looking at actually came from Amy B from the chats. She works at this antique mall that I've gone to my whole life. And we decided to meet up there and do some shopping since she was off that day. So, Amy, thank you very much for giving me these. I'm looking forward to rummaging through them and seeing what's in them. So, we've got a Good Housekeeping magazine from November of 1955. We have Good Housekeeping from January of 1955. We have another Good Housekeeping magazine from October of 1955. We've got the May 1968 Family Circle magazine with Strawberry Spree. That looks like a waffle or something like that. That looks delicious, by the way. I've also got May Housekeeping. Good Housekeeping from May of 1944. She also gave me a really awesome S&H Green Stamps Distinguished Merchandise Idea book. So what you would do back in the day is you would get a bunch of stamps, I guess from, I don't even know from where, and you would turn them in and you could get products for your house or, a bunch of good stuff, because I have a couple of these stamp booklets and they are really, really cool to see what's in them. Did that make any sense? It's really cool to look inside them and see what they were offering and that you could get, is what I was trying to say. I've got a January 1939 Life magazine with Betty Davis on the front. She was a whopping 31 years old. Yeah, she was 31. She was born in 1908. No, she was 30 because this was January, so she hadn't turned 31 just yet at the time of this publishing. And the last one is actually from January 8th of 1940. That is 27 years before my dad was born. So that's got a really nice looking couple there on the front. So Amy, thank you again for the magazines. I greatly appreciate it, and I am looking forward to looking through them and seeing what's in there. So Amy, thank you very much for those magazines. I truly appreciate it, and I am looking forward to rummaging through them to see what's in them. So these are the only 3 items that I managed to pick up. I paid $8 for these 2 Pixies, which I felt was a very fair price. Now, I'm not sure if this guy is faded or if he is just really dirty. I think he's probably more on the faded side, but I don't really care because $4 for him was a really good price. This one just has a Made in Japan mark on him, and the little guy has a Delta Japan mark on him. So he will go into my stash of vintage Pixies, and I'm excited to have him. Now, you all know I do really like that Hazel Atlas sailboat glassware set. I did pick these up for $3 a piece. Where this came from, I don't know. And I actually got 2 of these from a local vendor mall for $2 a piece. And I bought one of the larger juice glasses for $3 at one of the antique malls. So I was really happy to pick those up. I would love to have a full set with the pitcher and all the glasses and things, but I'm not going to go to an antique mall and spend over $275 on that. That's absolutely ridiculous to me. I'd rather find it individually on the cheap. So that way I can say, hey, I spent a fraction of what someone wants for an entire set at an antique mall. Now, Amy does work at this antique mall, and she's been there for a few years. I've been going to this antique mall since I was in diapers, and I don't want to rant too much, but I gotta say that the people that are there are a little outrageous with their pricing. Now, granted, you go to any antique store and there's going to be people that are charging an arm and a leg for things, but I've been going here for pretty much my entire life, 26 years. And as I've grown up, I've seen a lot of the same things in some of the booths. And to me, that just says, hey, I'm not selling this stuff. To me, that's a waste of money. If I were to have an antique booth, my goal is to make money and pay my rent. Now, granted, antique mall vendors and, indoor flea market vendors have to make or pay their rent, and I'm sure sometimes they can be quite expensive. So I think some people may think, okay, I can price all my stuff at full-blown retail, maybe times 2 sometimes, with the hope that some collector's going to come in and be like, ooh, I really got to have that, I'll buy it, and they make the rent and take home a little bit of money. That's not how I would do it. Granted, I would never have an antique booth because I look up everything and I know what they're worth. So, and that's usually what I do before I buy anything anyways. I look it up just to make sure that I'm either A, getting a good deal, or if it's something that I really, really want and it's still not like too expensive, but I want it for myself anyway, that I'm getting exactly what I can go for online. So, yeah, that's my little banter about that. So let's continue with the haul, shall we? So literally within walking distance of the antique mall that we went to, there is a Goodwill. Now, I will say that this is the same Goodwill that I think Tiger and Tim and Jerry, Vintage and Vino, and I think whoever lives out in that area have. It's called Monocacy Valley. I can find some stuff with them. You can find good deals with them here or there, but sometimes their pricing is a little bit weird. Like, for example, I went to one of the stores that was out in this area, and I found an Under Armour t-shirt, just like your standard Under Armour t-shirt, and it was $1.99. That was a steal of a deal because Under Armour is, it's a really good brand. Some of their stuff can retail for $25. It can go for upwards of more than that, retail-wise. But then I'm looking through the racks as I find that one shirt, and I said, okay, I'll take the Under Armour for $1.99. And I see, Fruit of the Loom for, $6.99, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a Walmart brand, and you can get that shirt brand new for $5. Probably less than that, because my dad wears mostly Fruit of the Loom shirts. And some of the stuff, at another Monocacy Valley store, I walk in, and I'm just looking through the sweatshirts because I'm a hoodie addict. And one of the shirts, just your standard, t-shirt material shirt, was $10.99. Granted, it looked new, so I'm sure somebody probably thought that was a good price. So I looked at the brand online, and I think I found a website that it sold through, and it was expensive, but I still don't want to pay $10.99 for something that's, I guess you could say, considered used or donated. That Monocacy Valley, they're very random and kind of crazy. I don't know who's pricing that stuff, but I will tell you that they're very weird, and I'm sure Niche Lady, Vintage and Vino, Tiger, they can all attest to that because, yeah. I paid $3.49 for this, so let's get back to that so it doesn't seem like I'm ranting. So I will probably be selling this at a fall or a winter theme sale. I think it would look great with artificial flowers in it, or if you just like the cabin woodsy look. I don't know who makes it. Judging by the bottom, I would say maybe American Bisque or Royal Copley. It doesn't say. And it was the only thing I found. Amy, unfortunately, didn't find anything, which is a bummer. But, we did go on a Sunday, and usually Sunday is, everything's picked over from the weekend. So sometimes they're just not the best places to go. Now, don't get me wrong, thrift stores, some of them I have had good luck finding things on Sundays, but for the most part, at least in my area, thrifting is probably not the best thing to do because it does get picked over. So I decided to hit the downtown area of where I was, and I went to one antique mall that's I think it may have been an old mill at one point or something, some old industrial building. And I didn't find really much there. It's gotten pretty junky over the years, and not a lot of things had changed. But I did find this candlestick. I paid $6 for it, thinking that it would glow under the black light. And it does not, unfortunately. But that's alright. I do want to know who makes it, though, and I think it might be a hand-blown piece because it's got a smoothed-over console on the bottom. It's got a lot of controlled bubbles in it, so it makes it look kind of sparkly. So, or if you guys happen to know who makes it, please let me know in the comment section below. It's not Vaseline, and it's kind of like a... You know how glow sticks look when they're faded? Like the traditional, yellowish-green glow sticks are? That's what this reminds me of. So, again, if you happen to know who made this, let me know in the comment section below because I have no idea. I haven't done any research. That would be great. I swear, these fairy lamps keep haunting me. This one specifically, the Homco 2-piece. So I paid $4.49 a piece for them, and before I bought them, I actually messaged my group of all of the live sale sellers that we have on Instagram. I sent a picture of them sitting on the shelf at the Goodwill, and I said, hey, would you guys pick these up? I do have like 4 or 5 of them already. And they're like, yeah, you probably should, because you can get some pretty good money for them at the sales. So, I mean, without hesitation, but with a little hesitation, I was like, fine, I'll get them, because I had so many of them already. But I do know that people like to decorate their homes with these. I know with summer, I like to tell people that these would look great as like a makeshift paper lantern that people light on the beach and watch it descend into the night sky. And at wintertime, they look like snowballs, so you could decorate them like with a bunch of maybe like faux cherry garland or things like that and put a candle in it. Granted, I would use probably one of the electric candles, not an actual candle, because I don't know what the tolerance for those kind of, or for this kind of glass would be. So I'm thinking I could sell a few of these now that it's summer, and I can sell a few of these at wintertime. So I am really happy with that, despite the fact that I already have so many already. And the last thing I'd like to share with you all is this really awesome 70s floral luggage. Paid $5.49 for it. I actually bought this as a gift for my aunt, who really likes the 70s kitschy floral type items. I gifted her one several years ago that I got at another Goodwill down where I used to live, and she loved it, so I'm thinking this one would be cool for her to add to her funky yellow room that she has at their house. I'm thinking this definitely falls into the boho category too. Comfy Cozy Living, if you're watching this haul, what do you think? Do you think this fits into the boho vibe? Like, if you saw this at your Goodwill, would you buy it and sell it at your boho sale? I'm really hoping that she likes it. I've got a little bag of stuff for them down in my basement that, you know, if I see something that I think they'll like, I buy it and I put it there. Now, I haven't seen them for about a year and a half just due to the whole COVID pandemic, unfortunately. She is immune compromised. She has rheumatoid arthritis, which does make her very susceptible to getting sick, so she had to be really, really careful amid the height of this pandemic that we are in. So we will see each other again very soon, I'm sure. Everything is getting better here in Maryland. Actually, our governor just announced that on July 1st, he's ending the state of emergency for COVID-19, which is such a breath of fresh air. The mask mandate is lifted. Well, granted, you know, a lot of people are now back to that normal part because of the vaccination. But I am very happy with all the progress that we have made here in Maryland and in the United States as well. I know there are some countries still that are struggling, and I do wish them all the best of luck with getting to where we are. And we all have done a phenomenal job with where we are right now. I know there was a lot of tragedy and there was a lot of things that a lot of people have gone through, unfortunately, with what happened. Some of my family members too have gone through some things as well. But overall, we really did a great job with this pandemic, I think. It was hard at first, but look where we are now. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. So that is everything I would like to share with you all today. Let me know in the comments section below what was your favorite item or favorite items I shared in this haul. So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Be sure and check me out on Instagram, the link to it is down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!